Top audio interfaces for VoiceOver. Let's do it. Welcome back, friends, and today we're going to talk about something that gets a little confused from time to time, especially if you're new to VoiceOver, and that is audio interfaces. And it sounds like it might be complicated, but it's really not. I'm going to keep it super basic and simple today. So today I'm going to explain what an audio interface does, why you may need one, and then I'll also give you my top 4 picks for if you're just starting out at different price points. So what's an audio interface? Well, it's a translator that actually takes your voice and turns it into a digital signal into your computer so that you can then manipulate it in your DAW or your digital audio workspace. It also gives your microphone the power it needs to operate. If it's an XLR microphone, it doesn't have its own power. Only a USB microphone has its own power. When you plug that USB into your computer, that powers the microphone. But when you take a step up in microphone technology, an XLR microphone has no power, so you need the interface to power it. Now, I could throw a bunch of technical terms at you, but I won't, because if you're just starting out, I'm going to keep it really basic and really just give you the things that you need to know. So the first thing is clean sound. That should be your ultimate goal with any audio interface. The idea is to get the cleanest, crispest possible sound out of your microphone. The next thing to look for is ease of use. So fewer knobs, less things to mess up. All the interfaces we're going to talk about today are very intuitive and user-friendly. Another thing to look for is the number of inputs. Now, if you're just doing voiceover work only, you really only need one input. However, I'm going to cover a couple ones that have multiple inputs, just in case you have instruments or a second microphone that you want to plug in. And the last thing to look for is budget. Don't overspend at this point. A lot of basic interfaces are just fine for beginners as well as people who've been in the industry for a while. So start with what you can afford, because remember, you don't have to spend a fortune to sound professional. If it sounds good, it is good. That's pretty much it when it comes to things to look for. Remember, keep it simple, within budget, and user-friendly. Now let's look at 4 good choices. First up is the ever-present Focusrite Scarlett Solo. It is a super basic interface. It's going to run you probably, $100 to $125, but it is an excellent interface whether you're a beginner or not. This one is super simple to set up. It only has one input, so you take your microphone cord, plug it into the front. The USB comes out of the back, plugs into your computer, adjust your gain, which is your volume, and you're good to go. It's very small and compact, very good for traveling if you're doing that, and it's known industry-wide as being a really great sounding interface. This one is really best for solo voice actors who are on a budget but still want something very professional sounding. The next one up is the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Now this is the big brother to the Solo because it has, guess what? 2 inputs. So this means if you do need 2 inputs, maybe you're recording someone else at the same time or you have a backup mic that you want to just keep plugged in and switch back and forth, that's what this one would be good for. This one is one of the most popular interfaces in the world, and for good reason. Very clean, professional sound, a very small package. It's great. This one's best for beginners to intermediate who want some room to grow. This one's going to run you anywhere between $200 to $220.
And now for something completely different.
Hey guys, just a quick break here to let you know that the application window for the VoiceOver Blueprint training program is now open. The VoiceOver Blueprint isn't just a bunch of pre-packaged videos. It's the most comprehensive voiceover training program in the known galaxy. When you join, you'll get live instructional webinars every day covering marketing, tech, performance, casting sites, and more. Plus access to a private Facebook group where you can ask questions, get feedback, watch me work in live voiceover sessions, contests, and tons more. You'll also unlock a full library of on-demand video training modules, special discounts on demos and partner programs, and exclusive one-on-one coaching with VO experts. New members get a 30-minute onboarding call with me just to make sure you're off on the right foot. Plus, dedicated US-based member support every step of the way. Book your call now to learn more in the description and the pinned comment below.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
All right, my third pick is the SSL2, and this is going to run you about $300. This interface is made by Solid State Logic, and they are a pretty reputable company when it comes to building out professional studios. The SSL is a bit of a step up from the Focusrite brand. It also has some built-in things to process your voice on board the actual unit versus using additional plugins. It's still very simple to use, but it feels a little more pro than maybe the Focusrite. So if you've got the budget, this is a really nice upgrade from the Scarlett series. Number 4 is the Universal Audio Apollo Twin or Solo. The Solo would probably run you around $500 and the Twin is going to run you about $1,200. Yes, this one is pricey, but it's a favorite among a lot of pros. And the reason why is that it has a lot of built-in features that you can add to your voice not only after you're recording, but also while you're recording. And of course, the Twin and the Solo refer to how many plugins there is. So the Twin is going to have 2. The Solo will have 1. This is the kind of interface that you can really just kind of buy once and cry once, because this is future-proof. But if you're just starting out, unless you've just got a bunch of money blowing a hole in your pocket, this is probably going to be for a little bit later in your journey. So again, this one's best for beginners who have the budget or people who plan on going pro and want to future-proof their interface. Okay, so let's break it all down here. Which one should you get? All right, if you're a beginner and you're on a tight budget, I would say go with the Scarlett Solo. If you've got a little bit more budget and want the flexibility to grow, then I would say step up to the Scarlett 2i2. And if you're willing to spend just a little bit more, then maybe go for the SSL2. If money is no object, maybe go for the Apollo Solo or the Apollo Twin. Once again, that will future-proof your interface. Remember, the most important thing is that your interface should not get in the way of your work. Keep it simple, reliable, and invisible. This is a tool that, in tandem with your microphone, is going to give you a much more professional sound. Another thing I forgot to mention is all of the interfaces that we've talked about today, and all the other ones pretty much, are going to have an input for your headphones. This is so you can monitor in real time what you're saying. I personally don't do that, but some people do wear headphones as they record, so that option is there as well. Okay, now I want to talk about some tips to get the best out of your interface. Tip number 1 is use a good XLR microphone cable. Cheap cables will introduce noise. When you're setting your gain or your input volume for your microphone, you want to be peaking at about -6 to -12 dB. Now the best way to check that is in your DAW, go ahead and start recording and use your gain knob and adjust it as you're speaking so that the waveforms are peaking in that neighborhood of -6 to -12 dB. And before any big job, always make sure that you do a good test recording to make sure that everything is functioning well, especially before those directed sessions. Also, some interfaces will require firmware updates, so keep an eye out. Most of them have software that will prompt you when a new update is available. So there you have it. 4 great interfaces, whether you're just beginning or maybe a little further into your journey, but those are the 4 that I would choose, and there's plenty more out there. I could have spent an hour talking about different interfaces, but these are the most popular and I would say most widely used interfaces out there. And remember, don't overthink it. Just keep it simple, within budget, easy to use. Tell me in the comments if you've got any of these we talked about and how you like it, or maybe one that you're looking to get next. So now that you know more about interfaces, if you want to learn a little bit more about microphones that you can get for any budget, click on this video right here.